All right. So last time we configured this application. From this application, we aggregated all the identities. So basically now we have list of all user basically in our organization. So now we know that, okay, these are the total users we need to manage, right? We have all the attributes here properly coming, right? So basically mappings, after the mapping, we have all the attributes. As of now, user has only one application, which is a source application, correct? Now we have to start onboarding target applications. What are the target applications? So if you remember that I mentioned that when you join organization will give you certain access, right? So those are basically your target applications. Okay. So now we need to onboard some target applications here, right? So for the training purpose, I'll show you different target application here. I'll start one by one. Okay, second. So inside the VM data, you will see one folder called finance data. This is the data, or you can say this is the finance system. So we have one finance department in the organization, right? These are the total users who has access on the finance department, right? These are the total users we have who has account in the finance department. Now we need to onboard this data in our SailPoint, right? So basically this is also CSV, comma separate value. Right click properties, CSV. The only difference is this is our target system. This is not our source system. So this is the system where we have already some users account, right? So now finance system says that, okay, we have some, confidential system, right? Which we cannot share with you. So what we are going to do, we are going to give you export of all current users with their access, right? This is export of that data. Using that, we need to onboard application into SailPoint. Whenever we onboard application, we need to do we need to do some analysis when we are onboarding any application. The first thing is we should have data here. So data is here. Second thing is we should have headers. So header is also here. Second thing is we need to identify two attribute, unique attribute, which is a unique attribute here. So here we have employee ID, which is a unique attribute. Okay. So now when we have a unique attribute, right? So unique attribute will be always belong to one person user. Example, Susan Martin. Susan Martin is one user, right? So Susan Martin employee ID is 1A2C3D. This employee ID cannot be assigned to some other user, right? So this is a unique ID Susan Martin has. Second thing is we need to identify the displayable name or display name, user-friendly name, right? So which is username we can use, right? So let's onboard this application. Application definition, add new application, finance. This application is managed by Adam Kennedy. So provide the name here, Adam Kennedy. We have an employee whose name is Adam Kennedy. Adam Kennedy is the head of this complete application. So we have configured owner as Adam Kennedy. What is the application type? Delimited. Now go to configuration page, file path. What is the file path? This is a folder where we have file. We have to always provide file path with the exact extension .csv complete. Provide the same. This file contains the, comma separate value, right? So we can provide delimiter here, comma. Let me save this actually. Open it again. Okay. Again. Configuration. We have a delimiter here, comma. We do have header on the first line, right? So provide this information to SailPoint. File has column header on the first line. Root test connection is failed because count schema. Go to schema. Unique attribute. What is a unique? First thing is basically discover schema attribute to read all headers. Out of this, which is a unique attribute? Employee ID, right? Provide here. Which attribute can be used for display purpose? Username, right? So provide username here. Go back, do test connection, working absolutely fine. Schema. In the schema, we can do preview. Yes, other day I mentioned that in the preview, basically it will show you first and record, right, in a temporary window. But you see, it's not showing all the record. That means something is issue with your data. I'll tell you what is the issue. Okay, that's it. Yeah, save this. Application is saved. Now, like way we execute the aggregation for my HRMS, what we'll do, we'll go to task and we'll create a new task called count aggregation. The name of task is finance count aggregation. Application to scan finance. Okay, save and execute. Finance account aggregation is running here. Now see the task result. Application scan finance. Account scan 122. What is the meaning of account? Basically, the number of entries here. Okay. Identity create 80. It's getting 80 identities. Right. Identity updated 42. So should this application create identity? Yes or no? Okay, let's ask this question one by one. I want to ask this question with Ranu. Ranu, so should this, this target application finance, should this create identities or not? Ranu, you there?
Hi, Rahul. Yeah.
No, I'm asking you, Ranu.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, what about Ranu, you want to speak? If you're speaking, I'm not able to hear you anything. Okay, let's go to Ramesh. Ramesh, should this application create ID here or not? Is this correct?
Yeah, it will.
It should create or not?
Yeah, it will create.
Why?
Because these are identities, right?
No.
Okay, you have not set this as authoritative resource, so it won't create.
But it is creating.
Okay.
So my question is, it should create or not? If anyone has answer, I also need justification. If yes, why? If no, why? Anyone knows this? Okay. So now understand this concept. We have identities coming from HRMS. So HR team says that, okay, we have 80,000 employees. So we will see 80,000 identities here, right? So if you go back to your HR system, how many users we have in the HR? Around 160 something, right? 162. 162, right? So 162 plus 1 SP admin, so it should show 163 user, correct? That we have 163 employees. Now, if you see count is 243, almost it increased 80 user. Why? Because of this application. Now, in the organization, we have 100 application. Okay. So HR is bringing 162 account. Let's say in finance, we have 80 IDs. And there are other applications, some has 40, some have 50, like that. Okay. So total INT will become basically around 200, 300, 400, like 400, 500, something like that. This is totally wrong. Here we should have a real employee which are only coming from HRMS. That's it. Target application should never create identities. Never ever. Why? So why it is creating identities? Let's check this account. We have one user here called Susan Martin, who's an employee here. This is the HRMS sheet. Okay, Susan Martin is one employee. Search here. Susan.
Is it duplicate identities? That's why.
Yeah, it's creating duplicate identity, correct. If you see, we have two identities. First one is coming from HRMS. Second one is coming from finance. So when we talk about an employee, that employee represents a single, entity, single object, or single human being, right? So why SailPoint is maintaining two different records for one single entity, which is totally wrong. So I'll tell you why it is happening. This is the original user, which is totally fine. This is the actual identity which is coming from HRMS. So this one is correct. What about the second one? If you open the second one, first thing is, if you see, nothing is coming for the second one. Okay. Go to application account, finance.
Because we haven't correlated that account to the identity, right?
Yes, right. Yeah. So why it is happening? Because we haven't provided this information to SailPoint that, hey, the account which is coming from finance system, this Susan, basically this is one existing employee and you have to link this account to an existing identity instead of creating a new one. So how SailPoint will automatically link? SailPoint will not do anything automatically, right? So we need to define a linking process. The linking process is called correlation, right? Now we have to define the correlation. Okay. Go to finance, correlation. Now this time we have to define account correlation. The account which SailPoint is reading from the finance, SailPoint has to link those accounts with the existing identities. That is a simple meaning of account correlation. Define here, new. Next. Next. Application attribute. Now, let's take about this Susan Martin. We have all this attribute for Susan Martin, correct? Out of this attribute, which is matching from the finance, which attribute is common and matching with the identity? This is the identity, SailPoint identity, right? Susan Martin, original identity. So out of this, which is unique and matching?
Employee ID.
Correct, employee ID. So employee ID is unique and same time, employee ID is also here and employee ID is also here. So we'll select this. Attribute which is coming from application, employee ID. In the identity attribute, what is the attribute name? Identity employee ID, right? Select here. Identity employee ID. Make sure you click on add. Make sure you click on next. You click on save. Make sure you wait here. You see this mapping is coming, then only save your application. So do this process slowly. Okay. Let's open this again, finance. Okay. Configuration and correlation. So correlation is there, right? Now let's run the aggregation again. And same time, the previous aggregation task history, I don't want to lose, right? So what I'll do, I'll open this finance account aggregation and I'll set this previous result action, rename old one. Don't delete, rename old one. Now, in order to run the aggregation again forcefully on all users, we have to again disable the optimization feature. Save and execute. See the task result. Running. Sorry, other one. Finance account aggregation. Now, if you see accounts can 22, updated 122, fine. Now let's go back to the identity. Search again. Susan. This is the original user, HRMS accounts. You see, finance account is now linked to this original identity, right? Now let's check the other one. Other one is no application account because that account is moved to the original user. So now basically we have only one user. Now this type of identities are called orphan identities. So this identity can be deleted from a one task. So we have one task here called Pro 90 Cube. Delete identity that have no account links and have no important reference. Right click, execute in background. This is a predefined task. This will check this type of all the user and it will delete. You see, total 50 identity deleted. Okay. Now go back to application account. Sorry. ID warehouse. Now search Susan. Now you will see only one identity, means one employee whose name is Susan Martin. This person has account on the finance. So how this account is linking here? Because of correlation, linking process. Any doubt, any question here, anyone? In this part? No? Clear to everyone?
Yeah, yes, Rahul. So if there is any duplicate entries of like identities, so after correlation, that identities is removed and it will correlate with the main identity
Correct.
after we perform the correlation task. Then it will
Correct.
okay.
Yeah. Now I'll give you a very real example that everyone has faced in India, right? If you remember that few years back, around 2014-15, before that, basically, what we used to do is we can directly go to bank and we can create open the saving account, right? So let's say I have a 5 account, right? On different banks. In every account, I have a different balance, I have a different transactions, right? So government basically don't have any record for me, right? What government did? Government said that okay, every Indian basically can have only one PAN card, right? Do one thing, link your all PAN card with all your account. If you don't do that, your account will not be operable. So forcefully, we all have to link our, PAN card with the bank. Now, with the help of that single PAN card, right, government can only go and check my PAN card. With the help of PAN card, government see that okay, this person has 6 different bank account. This is a total bank balance. This is a total transaction. This is a total earning of this person. This is how government is calculating tax now, right? So now they have a complete clarity. So that linking process is how it is happening, right? They ask every one of us to link our PAN card, a unique card, right? So now from the PAN, so PAN is basically represent my identity, and I have 3 account, 5 account, 6 account, whatever number. Same concept is applied here. The PAN is basically identity here, Susan Martin. Okay, Susan Martin has account on this finance application. So how it is coming? Because we perform the correlation linking process. All right. Next is finance team says that, yeah, one more thing. Right? Now, when we aggregating the data, we have to also validate all this attribute, whether we are able to fetch this attribute or not. So for Susan Martin, if you see, we have employee ID, DB ID, app to privilege, last login, etc., group member, username, different. If you see one thing here, group member has 4 different value for Susan Martin: DPA, financial analysis, financial planning, strategy and planning. But SailPoint is only reading the last one. I think some of you, one person asked this question last time also. If we have data in the multiple row, what will happen? So, which is the unique attribute we define on the SailPoint application? Finance, employee ID. So, SailPoint will consider this employee ID means a unique record. So, when SailPoint is reading the record, SailPoint is reading this employee ID field 18263D. So, when SailPoint is reading this record, SailPoint feel that okay, this is one user, Charles Harris. Now, employee ID is changed, so this is different user, Susan Martin. But when SailPoint is reading the next row, employee ID is not changed. So SailPoint will consider this is a Susan Martin. Again, SailPoint will read this again. So last one will be basically override the previous value. So that's why strategy and planning is coming here. If you see, it's not showing the earlier 3. So whenever we have record in multiple row, what we need to do, we need to perform merging. We have to tell SailPoint that, hey, this 4 record belong to one user, but here we have different value. You have to read all 4 values or all five values, whatever number. You have to merge it. Okay, you cannot read only last one. You have to you have to merge all values. So this is called merging concept. Go to application, setting, merging. Data needs to be merged, yes. Index column, any unique column, basically indexing purpose, that's it. Which column should be merged? Simple answer. Which column is SailPoint overriding? Which column SailPoint is not reading properly? Group member, right? Copy group member, add here. That's it. Save this. After this, you have to run the aggregation. So now when SailPoint will read the data, this time SailPoint will merge the group member value. Save and execute. Finance aggregation finished. Now, if you see account scan 79, update 79. Now, at this time, SailPoint is not saying reading 120 account because now SailPoint knows that some user has multiple entries. Actually, we have total 122 entries, but accounts we have 17 unique accounts, right? So now account scan 79, update 79. Refresh this user. Go to application account and see the finance. Now you see all value coming here.
Rahul, I have a question regarding the last correlation. After correlation, you run one task name. Can you?
INT task, that is basically those INTs, right? Now, basically those INT which are left, which has no account, right? So SailPoint create 2 INT for Susan Martin, correct? Initially, right? Now we move that account from the other, you can say orphan identity, we move that account here. So what is the purpose of second identity? How can we delete the second one? So for that, you have to run another task called prune identity cube, which is predefined in your SailPoint system, prune identity cube.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
No issues. Any question on this part, everyone?
So these orphan accounts, do we have any out of the box report to find out how many?
Yes, we do have. We do have.
Okay. So after prune identity scheduled task is run, the record is deleted. Still, do we have history of this, or the history is gone?
Once identity is deleted, we don't have any way to store history. I mean, we have, but you can say it's totally kind of some additional information we are bound to explicitly say, but as a proper identity, no, we don't have. Basically, orphan accounts should not be considered identities actually.
Okay. So what we have done is a accounts relation with identities already available.
Correct. So basically we have, let's say, we have a 2 user called Amit Sharma in organization, right? Now for both user employee ID and email ID, employee ID and email is different, right? Both user have different role, different access, right? So when I open first Amit Sharma, I should be able to see complete information, and only account belong to Amit Sharma should populate here. Correct? How will populate automatically? No. We need to define that linking process, correlation process.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Second is because we have data provided into multiple row. So that's the reason we have to do merging. Susan Martin's data is divided into 4 rows. So that's why we have to do merging. So now SailPoint is reading all 4 group member. And now if you go to application also, you will see preview will work fine. So that's the reason preview was not working, because we have data divided into multiple rows. So now we have fixed that, we have provided the merging. So if you go to schema and do preview, you see now preview showing 10 records. Everyone clear on this part?
Yeah, before I set the correlation rule, what is the report I have to see for finding orphan accounts?
There is one report called uncorrelated report. Just search that word, it will come. It's those accounts which cannot be linked are called uncorrelated accounts.
Okay.
Right.
Rahul, that group membership attribute, right? So will that value be stored inside the list? How it will be stored?
So
Because
how it will be stored?
Yes, in the DB I'm saying.
In the DB?
Yes.
The DB I never checked how it will store. Basically in SailPoint, we should not do anything with the DB. Okay. But how it's stored in the XML and how you will get in the API, that I can tell you. In case of XML and the API, it will show as a list, Java list.
Okay.
Okay. Now, same time, finance says that this sheet, or basically this data also have information about the access, what access user has on the finance department. And this says that group member is the attribute. That means Susan Martin has 4 different access on the finance department. What this access do, we don't need to worry about that, and that is not our responsibility. But these are the access that finance team maintain. So they are saying that you have to also maintain in your SailPoint. Now, whenever we have source and the account and entitlement information coming from a single source, so explicitly we need to tell SailPoint that, hey, this group member, don't treat this group member as a normal attribute. Treat this group member as an access. How can we do this? For this, we have to come here, our application schema. Group member, right? Click on edit. Market entitlement. So now SailPoint know that group member is not a normal attribute like all this. Group member is something special. Group member define the access. So we have to mark it group member entitlement. Save this. Okay. Now run the task again. And one more thing here, if you see, here we have application account, right? And we have one more tab here, entitlements. If you see, entitlement tab of Susan Martin is empty, blank. Just now we have defined the group member attribute as an entitlement. Now run the task. So now if you see finance account addition is finished, click on the result. INT's account scan 79, INT update 79. Identity entitlement created 118. Let's go to Susan Martin and refresh. How many different access provided to Susan Martin? 4, right? So now 4 entitlement you will see here. 4 entitlements. So now SailPoint know that these are the entitlements. This represent access on the target system. Okay. So total for some user it created 4, for some 3, 1, 2, 5 like. So total number of INT entitlement created is 118. Clear everyone? Any question?
So
anyone?
118 Rahul created total 79 users accounts. Total 118 entitlements has been created in the SailPoint.
Correct. Correct.
And for single account, it is created 4, right? Like which you are showing Deepa
Yeah,
and
if you
Finance
see here,
catalog.
first few has 4, right? Larry
Hmm.
Morgan has 1, right?
Mhm,
Frank
mhm.
Rivera 1, right? So few have 4, few have 5, like different, right? So total basically created 118. So for Susan Martin, since Susan Martin has 4, right? DPA financial, right? So 4 coming here.
Mhm.
Clear?
Okay. Yeah. Clear.
All right. Now SailPoint, oh sorry, yeah. Because we need to as of now, Susan Martin has this 4 access. Tomorrow it's possibility that Susan Martin wants new access, right? Maybe Susan Martin want to need this plan review access to do some job, right, in the finance department. So now going forward, all the access should be completely managed by the SailPoint. So how Susan Martin can request this access? Correct. So for this, we have one catalog here, entitlement catalog. This catalog is basically like when we go to restaurant, right? We have to order some food. So we see the menu, right? Whatever is available in the menu, listed out in the menu, based on that we do the order, right? Same concept is here. The total number of access for organization we have to maintain under entitlement catalog. As of now, this catalog is blank, correct? So all this entitlement, right? As of now, Susan Martin has 4, but other I want to list out here so Susan Martin can request for it. How can we do this? Go to application, finance, configurations, schema, group member, click on edit, market managed, Managed means going forward, this particular access we are managing through SailPoint. That is the meaning of managed. Save this. Go to task. Finance account aggregation. Now we have to explicitly select one option. Promote manage attribute means those attributes which SailPoint reading, promote those as an entitlement here. So we have to select the second option. Save and execute. See the finance account aggregation. Account scan 79, update 79. Manage entitlement, promote it 17. Okay. Go to entitlement catalog. You see now you have 17 entitlements available. If you click on the DPA, DPA is coming from finance applicant entitlement group member, DPA members, the current members who already have this access. We can also view this. Any doubt, question on this part, anyone? Any doubt, question?
Rahul, I have one question actually.
Yeah.
So this is a delimited file application, right? So,
Correct.
I mean, how useful it is, to promote these, these memberships as the entitlements in UPA, because even though if the user requests for this access, how the access can be granted for this particular,
It's a disconnected application delimited,
yes,
right? We
yes.
actually cannot do provisioning, but at least
Okay.
we can maintain the information, who requested, when they requested, who approved, like that. Those kind of information also we need to capture, right? So for that, we need to maintain this as a entitlement. So request can be generated from SailPoint. That part can be captured, but the provisioning cannot be done. So that will be excluded from here. But at least request part can be captured here.
Okay, okay.
That you will see when we start the LCM, right? That time you will see that lifecycle manager.
Okay, sure.
So Rahul,
Mhm.
you have shown this Susan, account and entitlements, right? On
Correct.
identities warehouse. Could you please
Right.
show it again?
Tell me what?
On identity
Catalog?
warehouse, not identity warehouse.
Yeah, here it is.
On the entitlements, so entitlements here.
Mhm.
Just want to understand, see how this account name, that header on the header. See here you have group MBR as attribute, and you have the entitlement value for the group MBR, group member attribute. And what are this classifications and account name and application? How this is getting fetched? The saying that the account name is this account name column is there, right? So where the
application account. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you. What is the account name here? This one.
Correct.
This username basically. Okay, so that is coming here as account name.
Okay.
Application is finance because all this entitlement belong to finance. Correct?
Okay.
Classification is basically a new attribute introduced in 8 point, I guess 2 or 8.3. Okay, right. Basically, this purpose is this is, I think, used in certification when we have to club some access to for different purpose. The exact I forgot what is the purpose, but this is one different attribute.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, this is also visible here. Classification. Right.
Okay.
So this has a different purpose. I forgot that. I read one line about this. This is really a new feature they have introduced. Nothing popular right now. Yeah. So that's the attribute coming here.
Okay. So to show this as entitlement, what you have done is you have modified it to managed in the applications.
No. In order to bring this normal attribute under entitlement, we have to mark that field as a entitlement. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Entitlement here. In order to bring this into entitlement catalog,
yeah,
we have to mark it managed. Managed, the entitlement means this is the access. Simple. Okay.
Correct.
Managed means this access we want to manage through SailPoint.
Okay.
That's why they are using this word managed.
Okay.
whenever we are using this manage, we have to explicitly set that select that option, promote manage attribute and the aggregation task. Clear?
Okay. Promote managed attributes.
Promote manage attribute. Promote here under catalog, attachment catalog.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah. Right. Now, okay. Go to VM data under track folder. You will see this track script. What you need to do, open command prompt, mysql -u root -p root whatever. What's filling? I think I set different password here. Okay, this is the password. Okay, I forgot this. Okay, what I need to do from that track folder, right? Copy this name. Go here, source, file name, and the format of this .ddl, right? Execute this. It will give you some error, ignore that. After that, run this command show databases. So you should see one database here called track. Run this command show, use track. Show tables. So we have two tables here, that's it. This is the only thing we need to do. Okay, means create a database here called track, that's it. Okay, this is the one thing you need to do. Second thing is, on your software folder, you will see one Java 7. So earlier we installed Java 1.8. You have to make sure that you don't have any other Java in your machine. Otherwise, you will face some challenge in the coming session. Okay. Apart from Java 8, we need to install Java 7. Okay. I'm going to give you one software, basically LDAP software, right, which you need to set up in your machine because we will be doing a lot of practical on that machine. In order to set up LDAP, we need to install this Java 7. And the Java 7, when we are installing, we have to also do one thing. Okay, we will not follow the default installation. I will give you Oracle LDAP server. Oracle LDAP server basically, or in a lot of Oracle product, they have issues that when installed directly in this C program file, what happen is, you see in this path we have space, program space files. So Oracle software create problems. So for that, what we need to do, and this Java, this Oracle software also use previous Java. So we need to use previous Java version 1.7 and we need to install outside the program file. What you need to do, go to your software, double click on JDK 1.7, install this, and make sure that when you're installing it, this is the default path every software use. We need to change this. From here, remove the program file. Okay, so in this path, basically there should not be any space. If you have a space, then you are going to face a lot of issues. Simple. Click OK. Next. This is JRE, again with the JRE also. Remove the program files. That's it. Click OK. Next. Close this. Okay. Apart from this, there is a third software you need to install, LDAP admin. Click on this. Okay, this is the admin actually. No need to install admin. I will provide you software LDAP browser. admin has a limitation. After 15 days, you won't be able to use. How to download this? Yeah, this is a software. Build a browser. Next. Accept the license agreement. Next. Default. Next. So basically, track database Java 1.7 outside program files at that browser. Okay. What happened to this man? How to move this?
I think Rahul, you typed the browser spelling incorrectly. BOR you typed it there.
It's fine, man. You understand, right?
Oh, yeah. It's okay. I think there's
How
some
to
error.
move this? That is a challenge. How
Okay.
to move this? What is this one? Okay. Let me change my setting. The setting. Okay, let's change this resolution. Something else. Okay, now it's fine. Okay. So installation is complete. Okay, now you see this software LDAP browser 4.5 in your machine. That's it. Okay. That's it. This has some previous setup you can ignore. Okay, you will see the fresh. So this 3 software you need to set up in your machine. Okay, so just set up this. I do have another call right now. That's why I mentioned that today I'll do just 45-minute session. So just set up this 3. I'm messaging in the group. That's it. We'll connect Monday and we'll connect on Monday and we'll start from here.
One second. So which website?
Yeah, your
did
voice
you
is
go
very
to-
low.
Oh, so okay, which website did you go to download the LDAP browser?
Sorry, what is that?
Which website you used to download this LDAP browser?
No, you can download. So directly on the internet you can type, but I'll provide this in the Google Drive. You can download from there.
Okay, as of now, the admin software is only there, but you will include this as well.
Yeah,
right?
this one. Yeah, this one I'll upload. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining, and we'll connect Monday. Thank you. Bye bye.